Hello, good evening. I'm live for the hour. I'm going to be doing readings today. This is the first time you're joining me for one of these. I read with tarot cards. It's one of the things I do as part of my sessions and services and so on. I've been doing these sessions, these Facebook Live sessions, pretty much every week since lockdown started in March. I say pretty much because I didn't last week. It is said, a teacher of mine used to say, the universe hates a vacuum, okay? So if you're going to make space for something and take something out of it, then the universe will bring you something else. And that's what last week was for me. There's something very big for myself and my family that we're working on at the moment, very excited actually, and we needed space for that to birth, as it were, last week. So that was cool. I see we've already got some questions coming in now. Hello, everyone. I'll stop the preamble. It's really never necessary anyway. So let's get into some questions. If anyone is joining this for the first time, let me say, give me a question. Any question that you want to lighten your load, to lighten your burden. Bear in mind, I can't. It's not a two-way conversation, so I need enough. I need a question that I can answer you. That didn't make any sense at all. In fact, ignore me. All right, let's, hello Peg, hello Brandy, hello Chiong, hello Peg, okay. Yes, okay, Peg. By the way, Peg, just so you know, we've got tomorrow evening as well if you wanted to do that too, or if you wanted to give me questions ahead of then as well. Just saying. All right, card for Peg, all right. Okay, Peg, interesting one. The card that showed up for you is actually the Ten of Swords here, okay? Now, hear me out. It's not an easy card, it's not. I feel two things when I see a card like this. Well, first of all, it speaks to me about a challenging situation being pretty much at the end of it, okay? I pull other cards, and as I look at a card like this, I've got the Six of Cups here. Says to me there's something around a social situation. I'm wondering if it's relating to work, just because of what I can feel from it, if that's what it's regarding. It speaks to me of sticky communication, but, should I use the word but? Fine, but something that's not going to go on much longer. I also picked the Ace of Cups here, because when I look at things in transition and when they're changing, I don't mind things changing. And it's like, well, if something's going to complete, well, what comes next? That's my question when I look at transition and shift and so on. And the Ace of Cups is a lovely card. It's one of the aces is about something beginning, new space to receive, opening up new space to receive. Okay. So this speaks to me of a bit of a challenging lesson, having just been in the process of completion. Okay. I think sometimes, like when I, when I scrape myself or cut myself somewhere, there's not going to be any more damage to the skin. If you're following my analogy here, there's not going to be any more damage to the skin. It's going to start healing from that point, but it might still hurt. Okay, so depending on how you look at it, it's a situation that immediately starts improving, although stings a bit. So that's what I would say, Peg. That's what I would say. Lovely, and thank you for being on today. Okay. All right, Brandy. A general reading. And Alex, you are next. Okay. Brandy. Okay, quite a bit here, Brandy, as I look at this. Okay, okay. And we've got a bit of a balance of things here, so let me just see how I'm going to explain this. Let me sum this up. It looks to me like things feel worse, a little worse than they are, right? A little worse than they actually are. By which I mean I can see you worrying. I can kind of see you in your head, you know, the cogs spinning, the hamsters whirling away, as it were. I can see that. I can see you kind of on the back foot as well, and a little some sadness there too. Now, I've only talked about the heavier stuff there. It's not all heavy at all. No, I'm looking at the three of wands here. But the way I like to describe that card is it speaks of one's ships coming in. Okay, we send intentions out, we send hopes out, we send wishes out, and it comes back. It comes back. People, that's not something everyone likes to believe, because it doesn't always come back immediately, but it always comes back. I'm seeing that there too. And the Queen of Pentacles here, I'm seeing the comfort around there. I'm seeing the you know, a word I've been playing with recently. I like it when it pops up, is the word lavish. Okay, in terms of how spirit likes to create rather than luxury, as it were. So you understand, I'm seeing both here, Brandy. And I'm glad you're on today so you could hear that from an external voice, right? Because things are not, I see you in your head, but things are not as bad as they seem, and I would love for you not to be like holding back as much as you are. You don't need to be, you don't need to be. The thing about the disappointment, I'm not sure what that's about, and I'm not going to stick my oar in about that, okay? But that's what I got to say. That's what I got to say. If it was me, I would I talk about this all the time. Forgive me if you've heard me say this a trillion times, some of you. I would want to get that worry energy out of my head, because that's possible to do. It's possible to exhaust it, to get it out. I'll probably be talking to someone about that in a few minutes, because it comes up a lot. It supports things a lot. So, rather than saying to you, oh, hey, don't worry, I'm saying do something with the worry rather than having it washing around your head. Okay? And we'll move on. I think that's Alex there. Reading through your guides. Okay. Right, so what I did, Alex, is I looked at, I'm getting 3 guides around you, so I'm conversing with them, so to speak. Never mind what conversing means, but connecting with them. So first thing to say is they're pretty happy with you, okay? Please take that, please receive that. They're really pretty happy with you. There is a, I don't know if you're in a relationship or considering one or whatever. There's certainly one around, and they're sort of giving a nod of approval to that. But that's still not even the main thing here. Got anything props around here? I don't, do I? Okay, let me put it like this. They're saying, and a couple of them are saying, pick up the mantle. Okay, so it's like you've got. I don't know if it's something. I don't know if it's a responsibility from the home or the family, as it were, or an opportunity that's being presented to you. But they're saying, pick it up, and pick it up and run with it. I'm going with this, Alex. I'm going with this. Sometimes responsibility or being put in a position where you have responsibility can feel onerous at the start of it, right? But we always grow in strength in correspondence with it. We're never given something that we can't handle, right? Never. It couldn't happen. It doesn't happen. We only get what we can handle because we're the ones for it. So the saying pick it up, as it were, analogously, they adore you, Alex, absolutely adore you. And whatever's coming with this, don't have trepidation, step boldly, that sort of thing. Okay. So, yeah, they're very fond of you. Very fond. All of our guides are fond of us, but sometimes we make, sometimes I make foolish choices, and often think that my guides are looking at me like, oh dear God, what has he done now? But that's not what I'm getting from your guides, Alex. All right. Okay. Paul, status of health. Okay. And Karen Leighton, I will look at you after. I see someone else ask, Sherry, you're asking about health too. Just know, guys, I'm going to tell you what I see, okay? I would love to be in person. I'd love to actually have a back and forth, and I'm going to look at someone's health. This feels a little clinical to not be able to converse. But if we're doing this now, rather than a private session, I do the best for you. But tact is important to me. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, Paul. Okay, Paul, looking at you and health, I'm going to say the word balanced. Balanced, okay? I would ask you to keep looking at this, keep following the suggestions that I'm sure you're going to your general practitioner about. I do see some concerns here, but my summary word, my umbrella word, as it were, is balanced. Okay, I'm seeing some systems working well, some systems not working quite so well here. Okay, so that's what I've got here. Yeah, feeling something around here. Around here and inflammation. But understand what I'm saying, Paul. I see balanced health, and I'm seeing some good here. I don't know why I'm fumbling with my words. Dear God, this is frustrating me. Seeing some. I wish I could talk to you. Never mind. I want to say balance, and please keep your eye on your physiology, okay? Please keep your eye on your physiology. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to keep saying the same things over and over again, but that's what I've got. Balance. It's looking better than it looked last time, but please keep your eyes on yourself. Please keep loving yourself, nurturing yourself, nourishing yourself, giving yourself what you need. okay? Because I would love to see this not just balanced, but more robust than I currently do, okay? And I think you know that, because I don't think you would have asked otherwise, okay? Okay. Okay. Karen, are you moving or are you staying? All right. Wow, it's very, I'm going to say the word again, balanced reading, and I'm using that word in a completely different context here. Okay, I wonder if I'm asking the right question. Oh, okay. So, just having gone into a little more depth here, I would suggest leaving, moving, as it were, moving. I'm seeing a concern about, not one in reality, as it were, but I'm seeing a bit of a concern about money and finances, and I don't think it's going to be a problem. I don't think moving's going to be a problem. Staying, there's a sense of, yeah, now I'm really seeing it. There's a sense of, it's like moving backwards. I wonder if you feel you're moving backwards. What's the word? What's the word for moving backwards? Oh, how annoying. I'm not getting that word either. But anyway, I'm much happier with the reading for moving, actually, for you. Yeah. Don't be concerned about money. Don't be concerned about the experiences that you're thinking about, the past experiences you've had moving, the experiences you've had moving in the past. Don't be concerned about those, okay? Because I see those whirling around the head as well. There's somewhere you're meant to be. There's a guide I'm very fond of called Red Feather that's supporting this. I'm seeing money there. So yeah, that's what I got. All right. Sherry. Oh, Karen, I've just seen your comment. Nah, never mind. Worry about the others. All right. So Sherry and Darlene, you will be next. Okay, Sherry. Okay, Sherry, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing with regard to health. I get why you would be asking, because you seem a little like I have default words, okay? A little burnt out, overtired, fatigued, that kind of thing. So what I would say to you is, and of course, not knowing you about your history with methylation and so on, and absorption of minerals and nutrition and so on, but that's where I would, if it was me, if I did this reading for myself and I was seeing this, that's where I would start. I'd be looking at, I'd be looking to the iron, magnesium, B12s, the sort of things which our bodies leach when we get overtired. Okay. A tangential comment here. I feel like some of that fatigue is coming from resignation, okay? I know you asked about health. I know you asked about physical health, but there is an interplay with our. There is a physical interplay from our sense of self, okay, and sense of self-worth as well. There is. I try not to over or downplay one over the other because there's an interplay, but that's what I'd say. So no, I don't have concern about health, but I would do the things that you would recommend to other people. You know, get your rest, have a salt bath, hydration. I'm talking more about the minerals and supplements and so on, but you know what you would say to someone if they were overtired. Yeah. Okay, Darlene. Speaking of nutrients. All right. Darlene. Okay. Right. So what I'm seeing here, Darlene, is a wanting to move forwards. Okay. Take moving forwards in the broadest sense. I'm feeling it as more of an internal thing. A wanting to move forwards, but a part of me pulls you back, right? And so you're kind of doing this. I'll just go to the side like this. Now, what I'm being shown about that is, it's so easy to say. What I'm being shown about this is open up this space. Open up this space, okay? The thing about courage, bravery, risk is the things we worry about, we tend to be right about. That's a funny thing about it. And there comes a point we just have to take steps like, having a conversation, feeling uncomfortable, because that's what I feel you're avoiding here. That's what I feel is impeding you, the avoiding feeling uncomfortable. And life is funny because Spirit will let us do that. Spirit will let us spin our wheels because we won't take a step into and therefore through discomfort. And so when you do that, because it's not an if, it's a when, oh my God, you're going to fly into your next stage, your next phase, whatever that is, because I'm not going there right now. But it's like you're like holding back a big energy. I can go into why that might be, but I don't want to get off track here. More the important thing is you take the step, you have the conversation, you just move through what it is that is. You move through the discomfort that you're protecting. That's it. And that's what I have for you today, Darlene. Thank you for being on. April. Any messages regarding new energy coming in? Okay. And Sue, you will be next, and Qiyong after Sue. Okay. Well then, in answer the specificness of your question, you asked about the new energy, right? I take that to mean new energy for you. There's an element for you about karmic clearing here, and that's why I wanted to be specific, April, because we're all just getting hosed down with energies right now. Okay, one the planet in general. Two, the things we're planning with people. Three, work. Four, family. Okay, and the list goes on a really long way, doesn't it? But particularly for you, talking about karmic clearing. And so, karma gets cleared. It's getting cleared all the time. Karma's getting cleared, but then it's like doors open. And I don't know how used you are. I can see the words, so I'm having trouble saying it. I don't know how used you are to speaking loudly, letting your thoughts and feelings be known. But I can see you doing it. Very much. Looking at the Chariot here, and I don't know if you're into tarot cards at all, April, but I'm looking at a whole bunch of pentacles. Like it's opening up. It's opening up finances. Finances, financial opportunity. Like it's good, it's really good. This is really, really good. And the thing about karmic clearing, because people overblow this, I don't think you can rush karmic clearing. I think you can avoid it. I think you can slow it down, but I don't think you can rush it. So that you are clearing this right now, which by its very nature means there's a new energy coming in that has always been in there, right? It's new in terms of your consciousness and experience, but it's not new in terms of you, right? You let go of this blockage and you open the floodgates. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So I'm delighted for you. Is there anything you have to do? No, there isn't. This is karmic clearing. There's nothing you have to do. You've already done it. So kudos. Well done. Well done. Very happy for you. Okay. Sue. Anything you need to hear? You know, Sue, what I was just speaking to April about, there's an interesting similarity here. Difference, but an interesting similarity in terms of this notion of clearing, right? And if I could put clearing here, if I could put letting go of something or letting go of attributes here, and there's a similarity there for me. Now, what I'm seeing you letting go of, and again, it's the function of all the inner work that you do and whatever practices you have, but I'm seeing you letting go of some types of impulsive thinking relating to distrust of people. Okay, I'm seeing that shifting. I'm seeing it shifting now. And what is one with less of that? One is happier. One enjoys one's life more. You know, the family, the home, all of that. Why did I never think of this before? What's the weather like when there aren't clouds? The weather's sunny and the sky's blue. that's how I want to put this. And that's the shift, that's the change that's taking place right now. So again, for slightly different reasons, I'll say to you as well, well done for what you've done to get to this point, and I know you'll get beyond it, okay? So it's shifting. I'm just seeing you. I'm seeing this. We've got like a couple of months process to go, but what's a couple of months in the span of a long lifetime, right? So I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you becoming happier than you have been before. I'm just really happy I can say that. Really happy I can say that. All right. And Qigong. Okay. So I started putting cards down, Qigong, and they're like, tell him he's generous. I was like, okay, Qigong, you're generous, right? Now, moving on. Interestingly enough, there's a little hair in here about daydreaming, which is funny because I feel like a couple of months ago or whatever it was, that came up for you, didn't it? Now, but the particular thing I want to say to you is that they're showing me about people talking to you, people telling you what you should be doing, what you should be being, okay? And it's sort of pulling you around a bit, okay? There's two things to say about this, Qigong. One is you can clear and still those waters, as it were, just through having fun, because your vibration slows down a bit when you give a little bit too much credence to what someone's saying, okay? Your vibration slows down a bit. And when you have fun, it speeds up again. You get more aligned, you're attuned to yourself, and like, oh, no, that's what I want to do. Is the first thing I want to say. The second thing is that the Spirit's saying, we're going to take you where you need to go. We're going to take you where you need to go. So, if I can offer this to you, Qigong, you know, when people are imposing their ideas, direction, belief, that sort of thing, when it's not been invited, so there's kind of a crossing of boundaries there. But anyway, when it's not been invited, and you know it's not been invited, you know, just say, you smile and nod, you know, no need to be rude, but you smile and nod, and you know that your direction is going to come through you, because that's what they're doing. In fact, lovely analogy I'm looking at here right now. So someone in a boat, and they're not the one rowing. 2020. We're in a boat, but no one's got the oars, right? No, I'm being facetious, but that's what they're showing me about these next 3 months. There isn't better, says the person pulling cards for you right now. There isn't better direction that's going to come from within you. There isn't better direction outside. See, I'm proving my point, aren't I? The best direction is going to come from within you. You're being taken to where you need to be and get to. Yeah, there we go. There we go. move for you? If so, when and where? Okay. Well, I can only touch on this, Kathy, because that's a there's a few big things here. Okay. Well, how is this looking right now? That's good. You know what I'm being shown here, Kathy, and this doesn't happen very often. I've got both my indicators of Archangel Michael just came down for, and they're asking you to stop asking this question. Actually, they're not. It's not a disapproval type thing. It's not about disapproval. It's not that. It's they're asking you just to stay put. There is a move, but it's outside of, it's beyond your reach right now. You don't have to move right now. In fact, quite the opposite. They're asking you to stay put, focus on where you are. Forget focus on where you are, because you're going to do that anyway. Be where you are, okay? They're telling me something's completing, okay? And we don't complete things fully when our mind and our thoughts and our heart is somewhere else, because some of our energy goes off there, doesn't it? It leaves, and there's less of us here. And if there's less of us here, what we're looking to do, what we're trying to do, what we're having to do, if you're still on, you would have heard me talk to someone about karmic clearing. Heard me talk to someone else about letting go of unsupportive aspects and characteristics and energy patterns. And that only happens when we are fully here. Okay, so it's not like they're wagging a finger at you. That's not the case, Kathy. They are saying be here. The move is there, but the move is coming, but it's not coming as soon as you think it is. All right. Whew. Okay, Barbara. Will your health issue ITP resolve on its own? Took me a while there, Barbara. Sorry, I had to tune into it. And my answer is yes. If you can be patient with it, and I did look at some kind of intervention, as it were, supportive intervention, whatever that would be for ITP. But I do see, yes, we've got good 5-6 months ahead, so it's not like it's happened tomorrow. But I do see that that it can resolve itself by itself with what you're currently doing and continuing the diligence of that. Yes, I do see that. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Renee. Okay. Blair. Just trying to understand. Please tell me any feelings on the September the 8th move. Job situation. Sitch. Okay, sorry. Your hip lingo. Job situation in Colorado. Okay, thank you. By the way, Blair, I'm really happy your friend showed up. I saw that on Facebook. Okay, both look good. Both look good. Let me just go to the second thing first. The job situation, I feel it looks like it's going to go knife through butter. Looks like it's going to be very smooth. So good stuff. The move looks good. Yeah, and I don't know where you're moving or any of that. Well, you must be moving to Colorado, but. Yeah, you're gonna be you're ready to move. You're ready to by which I mean you're ready to change. You're changing. Okay, so you're gonna be a new version of yourself. That's exciting. That's exciting. Letting go of a past version of yourself. Wonderful. Okay. Ooh, right. Oh. Julie, if you are still on, anything for you, relationship. This is Julie Krantz. Okay. You know what, let me just reshuffle here. Coming to the end of the deck there. Okay, seeing a relationship showing up for you. It's next year, and it's looking like around March. Yes, but certainly the first part of the year. Okay, and that's how it's done, Julie. Angie, do I see big changes coming at work, and will it be positive for you? Okay. Sorry, there we go. It's getting a bit dark in here. Oh my God, the sun is the loveliest color. Wow. Okay. Big changes at work. Okay. Being lovingly direct here, Angie, I'm seeing the changes I'm seeing at your work do not look, as you say, positive. I am seeing some changes there, restructuring maybe. I'm not going to read too far into it, but that's what I'm seeing, okay? That's what I'm seeing. And so when I look at this sort of thing, I think, well, what would I do if it was me? What would I do if it was me? Because I don't like to be surprised, and so if it were me, I would speak to my employer, director, boss, board, whatever, and ask just directly what's happening, what's going on, and then you see, then we're not then we get our empowerment back, right? It's difficult when changes are going on and we get affected by them. It's really important to angle ourselves into a position where we have some choice. We understand what the terrain is, as it were, and we can choose what we do, right? It's really tough not knowing. Really tough not knowing. Someone messaged me earlier on asking me to pray for her husband. Gone in for a job interview and hadn't heard anything back. Been a while, and it's really tough. It's really tough, isn't it, when things go quiet like that, and you got your hopes pinned on something and you don't hear anything. So that's what I would. That's what I'm seeing, Angie, and if I can suggest you ask the questions you need to ask at work. Okay. Julia. Do I see your oldest son staying in trade school or switching to another school or career? Oh gosh, two of you are asking almost exactly the same question. Thought I was reading it wrong. Okay, Julia, do I see your oldest son staying in trade school or switching to another school or career? Okay. Do you know, I've done two spreads here, Julia, and I'm really quite happy with both of them. I'm looking at him, what I want to say is his head screws on tighter, his head seems screwed on tighter than you might think. I see it more likely he's going to shift school and career, but that looks really good. It looks really good. It looks good for him in the school he's in, but if he's talking about switching, then personally I'm behind that. I'm behind that. Looks good where he is. It looks really good for him to switch. Now, don't just because we're doing this put pressure on him to switch. Okay, let it come from him. Seems to me he's gonna make it work / do well wherever he is. I like that. It's really good, really good. So yeah, I see him switching. I do see him switching school and career, but it's a case of going from good to even better, right? Jennifer, okay. Are your kids staying on the educational path they're on with virtual school, or will you be changing course this year? Is there anything that needs to be added? Okay. Okay. What you've got them on right now is fine for now. I feel like I've just said this. I do see them you changing their course. Something's going to show up. It's not showed up yet, so it's not an option that you might have been looking at. So let the concern go. They're in the right place. You're doing the right thing for right now. Something else is going to show up. I'm just going to see if I get anything about that. Okay, that's good. Okay, again, this isn't for right now, Jennifer. What I'm seeing is that there's going to be a new. I'm going to use your words, okay? Because I'll fluff it if I try and whatever. I do see there being a new course, as you put it. The one they're on now, this is going to hit this point, it's not working. And that's fine, something else will come in its place. There's new things popping up all the time. I also feel like you'll be, remember we're talking about the duration of this whole school year, that's a good amount of time. I'm seeing you, I asked about you taking them somewhere, okay? So whether it's school like we're used to, whether it's another place I could see you, it's not all going to be in the house. It's not all going to be at the home on the screens, as it were. So new course, new place, but not right now. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Bessie, bless your heart. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Tavia. Okay. All right. See yours here, Michelle. You know, funny thing to say funny thing to say in a reading, because you're probably waiting for me to say this is what you should do, and actually I'm going to say the total opposite. There are times in one's life, in one's week, when it's really best not to be doing a lot, putting energy out there, requesting things and so on, because I feel things are moving along fine, right? And just so I can explain what I mean here, Michelle, I'm getting the analogy of like how farmers would leave a field, what do they call it, fallow? So they don't need to grow anything there, and in fact they need less happening there than more. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say, because I'm seeing you standing still, and it's not about being idle or doing nothing or being passive. It's a case of letting things slow down around you, and then things align. Things are coming to you. That's what I'm trying to say. Things are coming to you. Shifts and changes are happening. If you've been on a while, you would have heard me talk to a couple of people about clearing that they're doing because of what they've done. And that's why clearing's happening now. So if I can give you a suggestion, maybe something to add to your practice, your meditation or something like that, it's, open your chest wide like that. Open your chest wide like that. If you've ever watched Titanic, I think I've watched about 5 minutes of it, but I'm told there's a scene that Jack or whoever he goes, I'm king of the world, and flings his arms open and stands at the top of the ship. But that's how I'm seeing you. Just, still but open, receiving. This isn't a lot's happening, but doesn't require a lot from you. It's interesting. Yeah. All right. It's good. So, if any of you'd like to join me on Wednesday, I'm doing the causal body sound healing on Wednesday, and I'm feeling a focus for that being school teachers, that they could really use some love. So you'd like to join me for that? It'll be 6 o'clock Central Time on Wednesday. On Saturday morning, I'm doing a book review of a Brené Brown book called Dare to Lead. Really good. Well, all this stuff is really good, isn't it? A central theme of that book is about speaking up, stepping up, and how one finds the courage to do that. Really good stuff. Anything else to say? Please check out my Patreon page. Love you to do that. You can put donations on here if you'd like to. If you're still on with me, let's take a breath. Okay? I do these Facebook Lives to help and support people to move energy. That is the overarching intention. Even with all these questions and all the suggestions that come forth, the guidance that come forth, the overarching intention is to help move energy so one breathes easier. So I always ask people to take a breath at the end. I appreciate you being on. I appreciate you staying on as well to let me say a couple of things. I wish you and your family well. I hope you have a wonderful week. My love to you, my blessings to you. Thank you for supporting the work that I do, and you have a wonderful, wonderful week.